Hey, this is Patosha Jeffrey coming to you with the next Ask Popo question. It's been a long week here in Memphis. We've been dealing with a lot of snow, and I'm really ready to get back to a regular schedule of getting out the house every day. I'm sick of being in the house. Hopefully be able to get out the house tomorrow. But here's the next question for Ask Popo. How to get D1 schools to look at you. How to get D1 schools to look at you. And this actually may be a two-part video because there's something you need to do before you start reaching out to D1 schools. The first thing you need to do is do a self-evaluation to see if you are a D1 player. Okay? You got to do a self-check and really think about it. Can you play on the D1 level? And if you don't know, go ask your coach. Ask your high school coach or your travel team coach, do you really have D1 skills? Okay, I mean, that's something you really need to do first. And another way to check to see if you're D1 talent is to do the roster test. I call it the roster test. Pick out 3 D1 schools that you're interested in playing basketball for. Go to their website. You can go to Google, type in the school name, and type in women's basketball behind it. It'll bring up the women's basketball site. Look for the roster and find the players. Find 2 to 3 players that play your position. Click on that player's name. Check out the player's height. Does your height compare to that player's height? Okay? And then when you click on the player's name, it'll bring up the bio. And you can see either their junior and definitely their senior stats from high school. Do your stats compare to that? And that's what I call the roster test. I mean, you have to do a self-check. Do your stats compare to that player's stats? And if it's not comparing to those players' stats, you might not be a D1 player, or depending on what grade you in, you got to bring those stats up. Okay, so that's basically what you need to do first. So before I show you how to get D1 schools to come check you out or to recruit you, I want you to do a self-check on if you're D1 talent and do the roster test. All right? So that's part 1 of this video, and I'll have part 2 for you next week on how to reach out to those coaches. All right.